what a goal that is! Extraordinary strength.
Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to another edition of Sports Reel International here on IBN Channel 8, live from the Bamboo. I'm your host, Riza Abbasali. Of course, we are on IBN Facebook TV and IBN Master on YouTube. You can always get me at rabbasali54 at gmail.com. So we have a packed program here. Actually, I'm going to take a break after this program here tonight for at least about a month. And then after that, we have our plans, but God has the greater plans. But thank you for viewing Sports Reel International for the last 9 weeks, or 8 weeks straight, actually. And what you see in front here, of course, is live. But the background to it is enormous preparation. I could tell you that. And again, thank you for my technician, Zaki, and the wonderful job of Siddiqa. All right, so we have a packed program, as I mentioned. And of course, the big news, West Indies clinical victory over Sri Lanka today, an innings and 217 runs. Wow, and this man at the forefront, Amir Jangu, Mr. Jangu. Now, Amir Jangu appeared on Sports Reel International on the 25th of January, 2026. Now, hear what he told me during that interview, because I had asked him about his Test cricket future. Remember, he made his Test debut on January 25th, 2025 against Pakistan. In Pakistan, scored a duck and I think 33 or something like that. And I asked him about his future in Test cricket. So he told me, well, he's going to be scoring heavily, hopefully heavily, during the regional tournament. And he came second in the aggregate. And then after that, he'll see what's happening. And the man paid back. He paid back the doubters 233 and 373 balls, 19 fours and 3 sixes, in tandem with a partnership of over, 401 for the 6th wicket with Roston Chase. Hey, Roston, you looking good there, boy. Decked off, technicians in his bow tie. And Roston scored 194 and 324 balls, 13 fours and 2 sixes. Actually, this was his 6th Test 100, his first as captain. And so we'll review this. And another, of course, is sad news of our West Indian cricket legend, Charlie Davis, who passed away on Thursday night at the age of 82. Astel and I will be talking about that. Now, after that, a little thing on Navin Videsi, the man from Bish. Do a little review on Messi, the GOAT now. I don't think there's any doubt. The greatest of all time. Let me see here. Then I have a little big fan of Argentina, the ambassador himself, Mr. Senor Gustavo Pandiani, who is in the United States following Argentina. He's the Argentinian ambassador to our country. I want to do a tribute to Pollard, Kyron Pollard, who broke the all-time record of most T20 runs in T20 cricket. Of course, he edged out Chris Gale, the boss man. And we have a clip of Pollard scoring that 100 to break the record. I have an interview with Kwame Mohammed, a former national youth player. And coming down, Anissa Mohammed from Sandy Grande. Great career. Then we have Belil, Makif Belil. I want to congratulate my former student, Casey Nicholson, who's now a doctor. All right, so we should have Astel soon. And but just to tell you, this was indeed a clinical performance. Astel, are you there? Hello? Astel Ren, are you there? Technicians, I'm not hearing him.
I am hearing you.
All right, man. You're a great man. Welcome to Sportsville International. How are you, Astel?
I'm fine, thank you. Thanks for having me. It's a great day, a great sporting day for West Indies and around the world.
Well, Astel, this was indeed a very clinical performance. Sri Lanka bowled out for 101, therefore giving West Indies a victory by innings and 217 runs. Of course, we had the wonderful partnership of Amir Jangu, 233, and Roston Chase, 194. How do you sum up this match in terms of this, overwhelming victory, Astel?
Well, Reza, I am still coming to terms because I am pinching myself to make sure I am still alive and that this is real.
Yes.
Because having looked at the opening day of on the opening day of that test match, I said it was going to go down to all 5 days.
Yes.
But it seemed like if the test match moved in such a frenetic pace because it seemed like if when Sri Lanka lost that bowler of theirs, they seem to have lost that intensity.
The Kumara.
And they handed the initiative to the home team. And I think Jangu and Chase, and they grabbed it, and Seals and Roach and the fast bowlers, Joseph, and both Joseph, well, they just did the job for West Indies.
Well, Astel, talking about, of course, Jangu, this was his only his second test match. And Chase, of course, his first 100 as captain. But, Jangu, showed so much resilience and powers of concentration. It was a wonderful innings. What do you think?
A tremendous inning indeed. And I think he sent a strong statement, a strong reply to the chief selector, the main selector, who, as most people thought, he has been keeping him out of that 11. But I must point out to you, Reza,
yes,
that Jangu, he came into bat after De Silva. It's the first time I'm looking at the batting lineup to see a specialist batsman comes after the wicketkeeper in any lineup, except there was some juggling, but and he did exceedingly well. So
yes.
I think De Silva has to look at his spot because Jangu is also a very competent keeper.
Yes. No, Jangu would not have played in this test match, because Shea Hope, had some kind of injury. But still, we must mention the veteran, Kemar Roach, 300 wickets, I believe, in his 88th test match at the age of 38-39. Your comment on Kemar Roach?
The superlatives that cannot be too much for this man because he's a trier, he's a hard worker, and he came at a time when we didn't have all this amount of firing power, and he stayed the course. He was there. He picked up 200 wickets. He picked up 250, and now he's on 300. Only Malcolm Marshall, Courtney Walsh, and Curtly Ambrose is ahead of him. So he shows a lot of resilience and a lot of staying power. And I must say, I salute this man, Kemar Roach. He has gone through the wars, he has overcome injuries, and he has overcome some bad selection policies also.
Yes.
But he has now shown that he is a true West Indian fast bowler.
Well, Astel, before we go to the sad news of the passing of Charlie Davis, I felt the Sri Lankans, in their bowling, of course, West Indies scored 626 for 9. We must credit Jangu and of course, Chase. I thought they were laid back and allowed just easy runs. I know they were bowler down, but they were very defensive. What is your view?
Yes, I share that view. I think after they lost that bowler, the intensity of the game, because they haven't survived, haven't been sent into bat against the West Indies. Because anytime a captain wins a toss on the opening day and sends you into bat, he's looking to bowl you out for under 200, 275, 150, around there. He's looking to bowl you out there, and they survived that, and they scored 308, which is not a bad total at all.
Right.
But when they took to the field and they lost that bowler, the intensity in the game seemed to have, and they just fall apart. it took a good captain, a strong captain, to know how to juggle his bowlers and how to survive against in the Caribbean down here, where the heat is hot, extremely hot. But they fell apart. I mean,
Yes.
they just allow things to happen, hoping that West Indies batsmen will give up their wickets, and Django and Chase did not do that. They stood the course, and they made them pay, and a big price Sri Lankan pay.
Yes, and Kumara, of course, is a key bowler. I think he has over 100 wickets, and I believe in 24 tests. But Astel, let's move now to the sad news. The passing of the great icon, the legend of Trinidad and Tobago cricket, Charles Allen Charlie Davis. He passed on Thursday night at the age of 82, 15 tests, 1968 to 1973. He scored 1,301 runs, 400s and 450s at an average of 54.2 north. Astel, your recollection and remembrance of this great cricketer.
Well, I remember as a youth player coming to Port of Spain and going through, passing through Port of Spain on our way down to Diego Martin to play against Diego Martin. That is during my West Hall days.
Yes.
And I remembered we came through a day and we saw Brian and Charlie Davis. Brian and Charlie, they were going out to bat. And that was about when play started, maybe about 12:30.
Yes.
And we came back in the evening time about 5:45, and the pair was still batting. So it showed that these two men, they love to bat.
Yes.
But I will tell you, I met Charlie years after during my days as a journalist. And Charlie was very, 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 very personable, very, very approachable. I remember a journalist from Australia came here. He was going around the world to meet players who contributed to their respective countries. And he picked out Charlie Davis. And Charlie and I and him, we met at the Queen's Park Oval. Charlie had retired since, and Charlie and we had some good talks, And I told Charlie Davis, I saw him score that 71 and 74 against India at the Queen's Park Oval, and Charlie was a fantastic player. And I remember Charlie rescuing the West Indies with Gary Sobers in Bridgetown, Barbados, in famous partnership, where Charlie was the one who had to shield the great Gary Sobers because of the rough outside of the left-handers off stump. And
Yes.
Charlie did a tremendous job to assist Gary to draw that test match. So, my recollection of him is fond memories. A true servant of West Indian cricket.
Well, Astel, how great, to mention and end with it. Thank you so much for your comments here, Astel, and we will be in contact. Thank you so much.
Well, thanks for having me again, and have a great show.
A great man, Charlie Davis. Well, funeral arrangements are still being, of course, organized. Speaking with his brother yesterday or this morning, they're awaiting, I think, family members from abroad. Now, the thing about Charlie Davis, he's only one of 8 West Indian batsmen to average 50 and over, a minimum of 20 test innings. And Charlie Davis, is among the cauldron of top West Indian batsmen. Only Headley, 60.83, Weeks, 58.61, Sobers, 57.78, Walcott, 56.68 average, test average, Hunt, 51.67, Chandapal, 51.37, Lara, 53.17, Richards, 50.23 are the only batsmen to score average of 50 plus in their test career, minimum 20 test innings. May his soul rest in peace. Charles Allen Charlie Davis, wonderful player. I have a clip of Charlie Davis, when I interviewed him 12 years ago at Long Circular Mall. Thank you to my main title sponsor, Passage the Food King. You can always get me at arabasali54@gmail.com anytime during the course of this broadcast. Now, Charlie Davis. Now, I think, I don't know if any one of you would have, even heard this or seen this. I would have run this recording, some months ago. But in tribute to a legend, I have a clip, a voice recording of Charlie Davis 12 years ago. Let's listen to it.
Ariel, IBN Sports Real fans, we have Mr. Charlie Davis on the line. Charles Allen Davis, a legend in West Indies cricket, and who just on January the 1st, would you believe, he turned 70 years old. Mr. Charlie Davis, belated happy birthday. How do you feel these days?
Thank you. Huh? I didn't hear properly.
How are you feeling these days?
I am feeling quite good, not bad really. I still can't run down the block, but taking everything in consideration, I'm feeling quite good.
Yes, yes. You know, I was saying to some of my colleagues, after 15 test matches, 1,301 runs, many people do not realize that you finished with a test average of 54.2 naught with 4 magnificent hundreds, a best of 183 in New Zealand. Your test career obviously was in the late 60s.
Let's not go too far. Eh?
All right, go ahead.
I believe that my test career, my test average, could be better than some of the real top dogs,
Mm-hmm.
And I cannot even be compared with that, right?
Yes, but you see,
I'll tell you something. I was an average player.
Average player?
I made the best of everything. Do you know I practice every day?
Yes.
From October 1st to June 30th the next year, every day, right?
Oh,
For
God.
15 years,
Yes.
just to be able to compete.
Yes. Well, tell me, out of those 4 test hundreds, one was 183 against New Zealand,
Yeah,
where you had that great partnership with Sobers.
Yeah.
But there's a story to you and Sobers in that. Can you remind us about it?
There was really no story with Gary and myself there. Apparently, Gary got run out when I was playing at Lord's.
Right.
And they always say that anybody who you get out when run out, and the other person runs you out, which I always plead not guilty for. But people had an idea, but Gary myself, Gary is one of the nicest human beings in the world,
Yes. Well,
But he's one of the nicest human beings you could ever want in life.
Well, let me go way back, way back. I wonder if you remember this. At the age of 16, as a St. Mary's College schoolboy,
Yeah.
you scored 115 runs in a Bowman Cup match.
Yes. I was thinking about that today.
You were
I also
thinking?
got 5 wickets in the match.
Uh-huh.
I got 5 wickets in the first inning, yeah.
Yes, and
But they're still using the old high test ball, yeah.
yes, and could you remember some of the players you played against in that Bowman Cup match?
In what? In
that match at St. Mary's at the age of 60s. Who were some of the players?
Ramatali, Naivan Azgarali,
Oh.
Ramuta. That is basically ones I can remember well.
Yes.
The player I could name off the rest of the line. Of course, Leo Jones was by play. Leo Jones, yeah.
Well, I always remember at the Queen's Park Oval in 1971, you made Prasanna, Bedi, and Venkat look like schoolboy cricketers.
No, I can't say. They're very good boys. They're the best you could ever find,
Oh, my.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, man. Venkat, Prasanna, and Bedi. March 1971. I was there. It was Gavaskar's test debut in that second test. India won that match, I think by 6 or 7 wickets, won the series 1-0. But in that test match, I think Astelren referred to it, Charlie scored 71 not out and 74 not out in the same test, battling against Bedi, Prasanna, and Venkat. Now, that interview I did with Charlie Davis 12 years ago took place at Long Circular Mall. The circumstances were just unbelievable. Because I entered the mall for whatever I think to do something, purchase something, and there he was sitting in the front, on the second floor, where the parking lot is. You enter the mall, Long Circular Mall, and he's sitting there coolly. I recognized him instantly, and I had all the facts in my head about Charlie Davis, and I just did that interview right there, spontaneous. As I said, funeral arrangements are still being prepared. And according to his brother, Glenn, it should be sometime later in the week. May his soul rest in peace. Could have played more than 15 tests here, but that's another story. That's another story. All right, so, by the way, Charlie Davis' first-class career was 90 matches, 5,838 runs, 41.32 average, 1400s and 2850s. May his soul rest in peace. All right. Basazi Food King, thank you again for being my title sponsors. All right, let's go to Navin Bedesi. Navin, you have a photo of Navin there? Now, Navin Bedesi, all right, appeared on Sports Reel International on November the 16th, 2025. He first played for the West Indies in that T20 International on the 27th of September 2025 versus Nepal at Sharjah, United Arab Emirates. And his bowling figures were 4 overs, 0 maidens, 29 runs, 3 wickets. Nepal won by 19 runs. But let's go back to 2014, a photo. Let's have a look at that. Navin Bedesi on the left, of course. This is a photo back in 2014 at Gilbert Park National Under-14 Championship match versus Vishnu Boys. And the youngster on the right is Zahir Abbasali, who scored the winning runs. And, I mean, dreaming their dreams, of course. Navin, of course, he went to UAE, got his degree, and Zahir, of course, I mean, is an engineer today. And they're the same age, and they're very good friends. Navin Bedesi at Gilbert Park National Under-19 final, secondary school versus Vishnu Boys, and Zahir Abbasali. Great man. So let's now move to the GOAT of all time, Lionel Messi. And this World Cup is becoming very exciting, of course, because we're now in the round of 32. All right? Messi turned 39 on June the 24th, and perhaps his 6th and final World Cup. Now, Messi, of course, now has 19 goals. Right? The world record for the most goals in the World Cup was held by a German guy, Miroslav, I think, Klose. All right? And Messi, in the match against Austria, right, which was on the 22nd of June, he was tied with 16 with Klose and went on to score 2 goals and now has 18, or had 18, but he scored a goal, I think, against Jordan yesterday to make it 19. So his 19 goals, I broke it down. In 2006, when he made his World Cup debut, in Germany, 1 goal. South Africa 2010, 0 goal. 2014, Brazil, 4 goals. 2018, Russia, 1 goal. Qatar, defending champions, 2022, 7 goals. And so far, from what he has 6 goals. 3 against Algeria, 2 against Austria, and 1 versus Jordan. Lionel Messi, GOAT, greatest of all times. Now, Messi is presently playing for, let me see here. I have it here now. Oh, he plays Major League Soccer right now with Inter Miami, CF, earning $25 million a year, excluding bonuses and endorsement. Now, Messi is a goodwill ambassador of UNICEF, United Nations Children Emergency Fund, supporting campaigns for children's rights, education, healthcare, emergency relief efforts. He has donated to hospitals in Spain and Argentina. Now, guess what? The Argentinian ambassador to Trinidad and Tobago is, of course, in the U.S. for in Argentina. Do you have a picture of him? And that's him, Gustavo Pandiani. And there's the next photo with him and, yes, I think that's Senator Amory Brown with the ambassador. And he sent me a clip also. Can we show the clip quickly? right. Now, we have a Newsday photograph of the ambassador. Now, hold it right there. The ambassador, Senor Pandiani, he assumed the duties at I think it was June 2024. That's correct. And he wants to build a relationship between our countries through sports and culture, as the headline says. Previously, the ambassador, Pandiani, was ambassador to Barbados, St. Kitts, Nevis, Dominica, St. Lucia, as well as an undersecretary to Latin America. Mejores deseos, Señor Embajador. Best wishes, Señor Mr. Ambassador. So he tells me that, of course, he'll be following Argentina right down. And talking about that, the round of 32 has started, and Argentina plays Cabo Verde on July the 3rd, starting at 6 p.m. Trinidad time in Miami. So, as I said, World Cup fever has really started. Great, man. So, let's take our first break, a short break. When we come back, let us celebrate Kieron Pollard's T20 achievement of becoming the highest aggregate run scorer in T20 cricket worldwide. Stay tuned to IBN Sports Week.
Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Guava, pineapple, that give me a vibe. We no want nothing less compared to the rest. Fruitopia the best. Punch any test when it comes to the test. Perfect thing for my lunch. Flavors pack a punch. Fruitopia, Fruitopia, it's a drink that's hype. The citrus punch, fruit punch tastes nice. Fruitopia, the drink that rocks your lunchtime.
Try our new passion fruit flavor today. Taste the passion.
Kickoff savings are here at Southern Food Baskets. Fine Choice Calypso Pack, 2 for $29.95. Wow Straight Cut Fries, 1 kg, 2 for $19.95. Central Farm Stock, 4 pounds, 1 for $94.95. Swiss Barbecue Original and Hot and Spicy Spouch, 750 ml, 2 for $24.95. Catelli Pasta Cuts, 300 grams, 5 for $19.95. Catelli Macaroni, 400 grams, 3 for $18.95. Shop now at Southern Food Baskets, where every deal is a goal. Offers available while stocks last. Kickoff savings are here at Southern Food Baskets. Richport veggies assorted, 450 grams, 2 for $23.95. Creamery ice cream gallons, regular flavors, 2 for $99.95. Lucozade pans, 250 ml, 4 for $19.95. Pepsi, 7-Up, Juicy, White Rock, 500 ml, 7 for $19.95. Easy Wrap foil, 25 feet, 2 for $19.95. Double duty garbage bags medium, $17.95. Shop now at Southern Food Baskets, where every deal is a goal. Offers available while stocks last.
Welcome to Sportsfield International again. I'm your host, Riza Abasali. You could always, as I said, email me arabasali54@gmail.com at any time during this broadcast. All right, and again, thanks to my title sponsor, Passage the Food King. So I want to go back to Mr. Kieron Pollard, age 39, on May the 12th. Do we have a photo of Mr. Pollard? Yeah, nice 2014. Yeah, looks like 27th of March. Pollard had no beard at that time. And I mean, this is how long, boy? Like 12 years ago? Yeah, Kieron Pollard was a guest of Sportsfield International around that time. Now, Pollard has been, of course, credited and I mean congratulated by also the Ministry of Sport. We have a photo. T20 cricket's all-time leading run scorer by the Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs. And then Queen's Park Cricket Club. Let me see. Pollard takes record as top T20 run getter. Josh and Django joined Jaden for Test Series versus Sri Lanka. And the Pollard legacy continues. Can you blow up that a bit, technicians? I can't mean to read it. All right. I think it was underneath, the underneath path with his son. I think his son, Caden, has been picked, let me see, to be as a under 19, hold on, let me see. His son Caden earned a spot on TNT team that will take part in the regional under 19 tournament in Antigua later this month. Thank you, technicians. Caden Pollard, following the legacy of his dad. Now, on June the 20th, Major League T20 match, Mumbai Indians, New York versus Washington Freedom at the Grand Prairie Cricket Stadium in Texas. Pollard broke this man's all-time T20 record. The boss. Yeah. The universe boss. That was sometime back in, if I recall, Queen's Hall. That's about 12, 13 years ago. Chris Gayle. Now, here we're going on with this. In this match, thank you, technicians, Washington Freedom scored 245 for 5 in 20 overs. An Australian guy, Mitchell Owen, 155 in 68 balls, 11 fours and 13 sixes. And Mumbai, New York, 215 for 6 in 20 overs. I mean, Mumbai lost the match, of course. Pollard scored 100. This is the match where he broke the record, Chris Gayle's record. Now, so what, I have it somewhere here. Yeah, he went past Gayle's record. Gayle's record was 14,652 runs. So during this innings of 100 by Pollard, he ended up at that time with 14,582 runs. Now, there are 6 teams in this tournament, which started in Park inaugural tournament in 2023. And the Mumbai Indians, New York, won the inaugural title. There is the Texas Super Kings, the LA Knight Riders, San Francisco Unicorns, Seattle Orcas, and the Washington Freedom. And there are big international players attached to these to this league. Mumbai, New York, of course, Puran is the captain. Pollard, Quinton de Kock, Shepard, Texas Super Kings, Faf Duplessis, Akil Hussain from Trinidad, LA Knight Riders, Monroe from New Zealand, Sunil Narayan, Andre Russell, Jason Holder, San Francisco Unicorns, Ravi Ashwin, the spinner from India, Finn Allen from New Zealand, Haris Raw from Pakistan, the pacer, Seattle Orcas, Stoinis from Australia, Hetmaya, Guyana, Trinidad, Lungi Ngidi from South Africa. The Freedom, Washington Freedom, Steve Smith is the captain, Glenn Maxwell, Seifert, New Zealand, and Marcus Johnson from South Africa, big international stars. So right now, I have a clip of Pollard's 100 breaking Chris Gayle's record. Let's run that clip, please.
Yes, some clean striking this from Kieron Pollard. Easy as you like it. And when he leans onto that and times it well, there's very little that you can. And is only batted as a finisher and yet managed to get 100. How he's done that, only he knows.
Do you reckon he looks at Faf Duplessis, joking aside, and says, well, actually, hold on, I'm 2 or 3 years younger than him. I can keep going. That one's gone a long way back. I'm going to easily carry to one of the longest corners of the ground. Pure power from Kieron Pollard.
Big man, Kieron Pollard sends it over deep mid-wicket. I don't even think he hit that very well, Lenny.
Instead goes into the surface. Pollard can't get it away. Trying so hard to hit it to the leg side. He's got it with one hand and he gets it all the way for 4. Such is his power. Completely lost his shape, but still gets 4.
Yeah, he isn't happy with that because he recognises the field was an off-cutter. Yeah, stood tall there, didn't he? Didn't stay low to play that ball.
Again, Netravalkar nails the mark. Really skillful bowling from the American.
Deflection, take one and be happy. He'll be treating this, Liam, as an open wicket practice. But do you know what I'm on about in terms of the most runs ever? There's that one into the surface, a little bit of pace off, but it still disappears. And he moves into 70s, to 74 now, and off that 17, off the 17th, the 169 for 6.
Yes, Kyron Pollard on his way to 100 in that T20 Major League match in Grand Prairie Cricket Stadium in Texas on June the 20th. Now, Nicholas Pooran, is the captain of that team. We have a picture of Nicholas. Yeah. Short pants Nicholas. And we have a picture back in 2013-14. You see Nicholas Pooran back there? Third from left. At the National Cricket Centre in Couva. I think he was about, 17 around there. And I got in contact with Nicholas. For my last show here before I cut off for a month or so. He was willing to come, but because of that commitment he had with Mumbai, India, New York. So perhaps we'll get Nicholas Pooran soon. Thank you, Nicholas. All right, so let me see here. 20 to 6 already. Now I have a photograph here. Going back to 2016 at the National Cricket Centre, the National Cricket Academy. Let's look at this photograph. Now hold it right here. Hold it right there, technicians. You see Josh De Silva there? Yeah. Well, if you're watching the screen, he's to my right. Now the guy in the arrow is Kwame Mohammed. Of course, very promising national youth player at that time. But all these guys right now, can I call out their name quickly? Left to right. Stephen Quatuaro, front. Christian Thurton, Joshua De Silva, Trevon James. Middle, from left. Varindra Jagrup, Emilio Gopal, Christoph Lewis, Akil Mohammed, Saiba Batu Singh, Cephas Cooper, the man on the right, the man from Marak Village, Maruga. Back left to right, Jean-Paul Rock, Brian Budram, Jelini Seals, Keegan Simmons, Sharon Lewis, partly hidden, Ikwi Craig, Clevon Kilawan, and Kwame Mohammed with the arrow. Now, what is Kwame doing right now? Because there's life after cricket. Definitely. I want you to hear this interview I did with Kwame.
Okay, IBN Sports Real fans, we have on the line former youth cricketer Kwame Mohammed. Welcome to IBN, Kwame. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Thanks for having me.
Yes, man. Well, we're looking at this photo, 2016 National Cricket Academy photo. Tell us about your memories of the academy. How did it benefit you?
Oh, well, the memories are really good memories looking back at it. It was a great time, great bonding time, I should say.
Right.
Playing cricket alongside, your friends, your colleagues every weekend for a few months. I was able to learn, improve my game in terms of the technical aspect. Correct. And the cricket board have also inputted stuff to benefit us outside of cricket by encouraging us with lectures from Mr. Abbas Ali yourself, as well as other persons from different areas regarding businesses. So I was able to get more knowledge on the history of cricket, I would say.
Correct.
And also financial literacy and these sorts of stuff.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. Well, let's go back. When did you really start playing cricket seriously? And who were your first, let's say, coaches and mentors, that encouraged you?
I would have started playing cricket seriously around the age of, you can say probably around 11, 12 years old.
Right.
When I started playing zonal cricket, I should say, that's when I really started playing seriously. And one of the coaches I would have started off with would have been Mr. Winky from Barataria. Everybody knows him as Mr. Winky.
Right, Winky, right.
So I would have started off there, and I would have branched off into coaches such as Claude Phillip, Saul Clark.
Yeah. Great man. Well, you attended South Secondary. You were all-rounder, from the beginning. And at that level, at secondary school, what was the competition like?
At secondary school, I only started playing secondary school cricket when I went to lower sixth at Hillview. So I would have played premiership cricket for school, for Hillview College. So my time at San Juan South, I didn't play any school cricket. I was only playing club cricket and zonal cricket. So I would have got some experience playing school cricket, which was really good. The competition was it was a high level, I should say.
Right.
And it was also a task, being able to manage not just cricket, but school as well, outside of cricket, because I would have been playing zonal and club cricket at the same time. So that was a task in itself.
That's an important point. Well, you started to represent TNT at the youth levels back in 2015. Can you share with us briefly about your highlights and achievements on around 2015 and after at your youth level playing for TNT?
Sure, no problem. Around that time, I would say I really started to, fall into my talent. I started liking the game more because I started to realize that I was getting good at this.
Yes.
So I would have one of the fun memories, I would say, is when I got, I believe it was 6 wickets against East Zone and zonal cricket at 2015. So that year I was bowling really well. I was taking a lot of wickets, and my batting followed soon after, the year after. So I would have been really good. I would have been developing really well, bowling-wise, batting-wise, and fielding-wise.
Yes, but you had an outing, let's say, with the under-19 region, playing regionally.
I had an outing with the under-19 academy. So
okay, yes.
The cricket board have held an academy with promising players who they would have selected.
Right.
We had a training camp, then we had a few matches here locally, and then they took us on a tour to Guyana in 2016, I believe. Yes, 2016, and we was able to play against the Guyana on the 19 team and some of the local clubs there in Guyana. So,
can you remember any names offhand in terms of those in your time that probably would have names that we would recognize now? Can you recall?
Who went on to play for?
Yes, nationally or otherwise. Yes.
Nationally?
Yes.
I could remember from that tour, from the Guyana side, I would say it would have been Sheffield Rutherford.
Okay, yes.
Ash Midnad. Locally, I was Joshua De Silva.
Josh, yes.
Yeah. Great. So Joshua De Silva is actually our captain as well, so he has been taking that leadership role.
Right.
For a long time, and he's been really good. He's been really good at it.
Excellent for me. Well, we're coming down to the end of the interview, and thank you so much for joining us. Well, there's life after cricket, as we all know. There's life, after cricket and sport. You have been in the maritime industry for the last 8 years. Tell us about what you're doing in the maritime industry, what the experience has been like, and what do you intend to accomplish in the next 3 to 5 years?
Sure. In the maritime industry, I serve in the capacity as a second officer on board a commercial vessel. So what that means, I am responsible for navigation, documentation, life-saving appliances, and firefighting appliances maintenance.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's just a general job scope. Right. The job varies depending on the ship and the operations and the clients, etc. But that's just the general capacity in which I do.
Right.
While at work. And if you guys the goals for within the next 3 to 5 years.
Correct.
Currently I'm a second officer, so the goal will eventually be captain one day. So I want to be able to achieve it within the next 5 years, but I'll definitely be able to become a chief officer within the next 5 years.
Excellent.
So that's the next goal.
Yes.
On the horizon. I would have also been reintroduced to cricket.
Yes.
As well. So I've been doing a lot of work with Mr. Tony Gray. He saw my talent and he's working on my game with me as well. So I am hopeful.
Okay.
I'm hopeful that I can make some sort of a comeback at least.
Oh, okay. Okay. How old are you now? 30?
I'm 27 years old.
Oh, 27. All right.
Yeah.
We'll have time on your side, man. Well, for me, we're about ending. I mean, lovely to hear from you. I mean, going back to 2016, I would not have seen you or heard from you, so it's great to reconnect. What is your message, finally, to the youth of the nation, Kwame?
My message would be to tell them that you are exactly where you need to be, right here at this very moment.
Yes.
So enjoy it, learn from it, and everything will fall into place in the end. It will make sense.
Great, man, great. Mr. Kwame Mohammed, it has been a pleasure speaking to you after such a long time, and then, I'm happy about your progress since, your cricket. I mean, you have made a great contribution to our national youth level, and now you're in the... Yes, man. Kwame, there's life after cricket. To have this, I mean, as you saw out last time, I mean, we had that 2016 photo. Now, Kwame is a third officer in a commercial vessel in the maritime industry. He has traveled or has worked in the United States, Canada, let me see here, Burkina Faso, Sierra Leone, Russia, Iceland, Mexico, Turkey, Egypt, Jamaica, some of the countries that he has worked or traveled to. Well done, Kwame, well done. Let me now go quickly to congrats to Anisa Mohammed, former West Indies woman off spinner. Now, Anisa was recognized by the Ministry of Sport and Youth Affairs. All right, and quickly hold it right there. It says here, one of Trinidad and Tobago's greatest cricketers and one of the most accomplished female spin bowlers in the history of international cricket. She was a key member of the West Indies team that won the 2016 ICC Women's T20 World Cup and made history as the first cricketer, male or female, to reach 100 wickets in T20 internationals. She finished her international career at 180 ODI wickets and 125 T20 international wickets, becoming the first West Indies woman to take 100 ODI wickets, the first West Indies player to claim a women's T20 international hat-trick, and the record holder for the most 4-wicket hauls in women's T20 internationals. Most recently, Anisa was honored by the TNT Cricket Board for her outstanding contribution to cricket following her retirement from international cricket in 2024 January. She continues to inspire generations of athletes through her excellence, leadership, and dedication to the sport, with her enduring legacy continues to elevate TNT and West Indies women cricket on the global stage. Now we have a clip here of Anisa, an interview that was done some time ago. Let's run a few minutes of it quickly.
Anisa Mohammed, Vice Captain of Spinner. Wow, I've been playing since I was 14, so this is my 16th year playing for West Indies. I would say breaking the world record, being the first cricketer to get to 100 T20 wickets. It was a great feeling when I broke that record, and to be quite honest, I thought it was just female, but later that night I found out that I was the first female or male to reach 100 T20 wickets, and to date I still hold that record for the most wickets. It was a great feeling to finally win the World Cup. Previously we have made it to the semi-finals twice. Last couple of years we just said to ourselves, you know, we just need to take it one step at a time. We had nothing to lose. We defeated New Zealand in the semi-finals, and playing in that finals, you know, we just said to ourselves that we have to play fearless cricket. Australia have everything to lose, we don't have anything to lose. And most importantly, we went out there to have fun, and we did that, and it worked for us. Doubles, definitely. When you get home, you have to get a doubles with medium roast. It's a great feeling to play among some of those top players, Taylor, Matthews, Dutton, just to name a couple. We learn a lot from each other. We're always talking to each other, trying to feed off our different strengths, trying to help each other improve our game. And I think that's one of the good balance, that's one of the good things we have in our team. My mom and my dad used to play cricket, and every weekend my dad would take my sister and I to cricket to watch him play. Obviously we didn't watch him play, we was just teething the balls and going in the back and playing cricket. So from a very young age I was always involved in cricket, and my parents, all their cousins, brothers, everybody played cricket. So it wasn't really a choice between cricket or football or anything, it was just cricket for us. Every day is a different challenge, coming out and playing, you know. It's sometimes you're tired, sometimes you're not, but just knowing that you're selected 14 out of millions of people in the Caribbean to come and represent, to wear that maroon, that in itself motivates me to come out and want to play and want to.
A legend of West Indies women's cricket, Anisa Mohammed, from the Sandy Grande era. Now, if I recall, and Anisa, if you're looking on, I mean, I stand corrected, but several years ago, must be over close to 15 years, yeah, I was invited to present a speech at Matura High School. She attended, as far as I remember, Matura High School, she was, I think, 14 or 15. And I went up there with my relatives, Fayad and Saj, who carried me up there to deliver this speech. And after that, sometime after that, both Anisa and Marissa Aguilera, of course her captain, visited my home. I invited them. Our son was young, and they played cricket in our garage, Anisa and Marissa Aguilera. So Anisa, thanks for the wonderful memories, and all the best to you. All right, now let's go quickly. We're ending. Yeah, all right, I have a few minutes. Makib Bilal. Yeah, Makib he appeared live on Sportsreel International on May 3rd, and his trainer is to the left, Wendell Joku. Show us the poster. 15th of August, Makib Bilal, Jerry Junction, fight against Venezuela or Venezuelan competitors. And Mr. Joku's son will also be highlighted in that exhibition bout, I believe it is, Ortega Joku. So remember that date. Oh, by the way, just to remind you, Makib has qualified for the the International Youth Olympics in Senegal, October, November. And Joku, his trainers, predicted that Makib would earn a medal for Trinidad and Tobago at the Youth Olympics in Senegal, October, November. So we want to wish, of course, Makib all the best. A Form 4 student at my school, Astra Boys College in Charleville. All right, so now I have a special one here. Casey Nicholson. We have a picture of Casey. Now hold it right there. Casey Nicholson, one of my former students, entered Astra Boys College in 2013. I I had given him the responsibility as prefect for the first term or the term of that 2013 period. Now on Friday gone here, Casey invited me to his home in central Trinidad to congratulate or to, of course, be thankful for becoming a celebration of Thanksgiving. Of course, his family invited me, of becoming a doctor. And I have his certificate here, dated 20th of June, 11th of June. Dr. Nicholson, this certifies that Dr. Casey Nicholson, just show a photo again, hold it right here, attended the University of the West Indies, St. Augustine to read for the Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery degree in the Faculty of Medical Sciences. He was successful in the final examinations in May-June 2026 and has therefore met the requirements to be awarded the Bachelor of Medicine, Bachelor of Surgery degree. Any courtesies extended to Dr. Nicholson will be greatly appreciated. From 2013 to 2026, it was an easy journey for Casey Nicholson. Death of his families, he repeated some exams, but he persevered. Casey, I'm proud of you. We are proud of you. And of course, his parents, I was overwhelmed by the reception his parents gave to me on Friday night. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Nicholson. All right. That's, of course, the rewards of being a teacher. Noble profession. Never regretted it. All right. So now we have come to the end, actually. And I want to thank you again for being with me here for the last hour or so. Just a few moments of reflection, as I said. I want to thank again my title sponsor, Versace the Food King. You can always get me at arabasali54@gmail.com. My technicians, Zaki and Sadiqa, have done a wonderful job in the last 9 weeks or 8 weeks I've been here. You know, the preparation has always been, of course, enormous. So I take a break, as I said, for at least a minimum of a month. And then we all have our plans. We have our plans, but God has the greater plans. So I'll leave you now, as I thank you again for being our audience. Thank you for all the positive comments you would have, of course, referred to me or told me over the last couple of weeks on and off on telephone, especially at the mosque in Nur Islam. Sportsville International, I said, it's the only program, as far as I know, that is a weekly show, 1 hour weekly show on any station in this country. No other station, I would believe, stand corrected, that has a 1 hour sports show. As I leave you here tonight, Assalamu alaikum, may the peace and blessings of God be with you.